Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Natalie and welcome to Dark Moon Sanctuary. This is my special little space where I'm going to be sharing shadow work practices, nature-based spirituality, rituals, ceremonies, spells, anything that has to do with like plant spirits, flower essences, holistic herbalism, anything that is in alignment with beloved Mother Nature. So today I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what the dark moon is, especially since it is tied to my YouTube channel name, Dark Moon Sanctuary, and how it's different from a new moon, since some people might, or especially in the witchy spiritual community, may get the new moon and the dark moon confused, as they are it is an interchangeable term, but I consider them two different things. You can start working with the dark moon energy when it's almost completely dark. So when the moon is still waning and she's retreating into herself and pulling back her energy. And ideally, as people, magical people or women or anyone who likes to live with the cycles of the moon, we should also be doing the same thing. So when the moon is completely shadowed and retreated into herself, then that's a good sign that we can also be doing that. We can also be retreating, and we can also be not putting so much energy out there, or we may notice that our energy isn't as high during the dark moon phases. So this is why working with the moon cycles is so beneficial to us who don't really fit into a 24-hour patriarchal cycle and wish to live more cyclically, especially for those who also bleed and can't put forth so much energy every day of the month. Some things you can do for the dark moon other than just rest, which is a completely valid ritual and thing to do during the dark moon, is to meditate, is to do a lot of self-care, intentional self-care practices, and not just popping yourself on the couch and doom scrolling or binge watching shows, but really being intentional with your rest. Like do some meal prepping or make yourself a really nourishing meal. Other things you can do during the dark moon is divination. So working with your tarot, working with your pendulum to mostly dive into your subconscious. It's not really divination as far as divining the future, but mostly divination for developing the self, or asking what shadows or repressed emotions or things that are hidden that want to be seen at this point, at this time. And this is a practice you could do on the dark moon and the full moon. But for the dark moon, you can do mirror scrying. If you have a black mirror or an obsidian mirror, gazing into the mirror, or any mirror, as long as you are in dim light, gazing into the mirror with a soft gaze will also allow you to go into kind of a trance meditative state and begin to see images or see visions come to you that may reveal something about whatever intention or question you are coming to this divination practice with. Another practice that is near and dear to my heart is shadow work. Now, these divination practices that I just mentioned can also be used for shadow work, because divining within ourselves and hunting within our psyche is exactly what shadow work is, or the beginning process of shadow work is. And also journaling. So journaling, the process of writing down what comes to you, or writing down what emotions are arising within you, is a shadow work practice, because if we write something down, that in itself is a form of alchemy, of taking something that is intangible, that doesn't have form, or something that may not be of value, and turning it into something physical and tangible, and transforming it into something that we can see, that can lead to change and transformation, and ultimately being able to see which shadows or which things that need to be addressed, so then you can move forward with those changes that you need to make or steps that you need to make towards your goals and towards self-development. Another thing you can do during the dark moon is journeying. So a journey is similar to a meditation, but also very different than just meditation. Meditation is very beneficial during this time also. However, journeying is so powerful, and it has a lot more intent than a meditation. So typically I would journey with a plant spirit, an animal spirit, a guide, deity, goddess, even a land, like somewhere that you feel really connected to, and diving into the energetics of like the lands. So you can really journey with anything. You can journey with crystals. You can journey with different phases of the moon, with sabbats like Samhain or Ostara, any sabbat or holiday that you want to connect deeper with, you can journey. So the process of journeying begins with that intention of like, what do you want to journey with, or what archetype do you want to journey with? And then you guide yourself or have a guided meditation to get you into a relaxed trance state. And then you can either play a drum or you can listen to drumming. Drumming is such a wonderful tool for journeying because it helps get your mind out of like just thinking, and it has a rhythmic tone that keeps you in a state of trance. So that is my preferred instrument to listen to or play while journeying. And you want to sit in a journey for at least, I would say at least 30 minutes. If you're just starting out, try 15 minutes, but 30 minutes minimum to an hour is the optimal time, because the longer you stay in a journey, the more is revealed to you, and the more what you experience in your mind, your imagination becomes really symbolic. And you may not understand the meaning during the actual journey, but when you come out of it and you write it down, there will be a lot more meaning to what you've experienced in the journey meditation. So I will be doing another video on just journeying and meditation, because there's so much about this, and I can't wait to start also posting journeys that you can follow along as well. I also have an online membership called Plant Spirit Alchemy, where you can journey with a group with me every month with a different plant spirit and take a flower essence and see what comes out of it, and do kind of like group shadow work. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. I'll be posting more about that. Now, I kind of want to switch gears now into what a new moon is compared to the dark moon. So the new moon, as the collective knows it, is when the moon is dark, like when you can't see the moon. However, for those of us who work with the moon or practice moon rituals, the new moon to me, or to us, is when that very first sliver of light that you see after the moon, the darkness of the moon. So anywhere from like 1 to 5% illumination, where the moon is starting to like peek around and her energy is starting to build again. And that's the perfect time to set intentions and plant seeds and put energy into something, plan something, take baby steps towards a goal that maybe you meditated on during the dark moon. So the new moon is where you want to actually put some energy into it. I don't do any kind of spell work during the dark moon. I will do ritual, but if I'm doing spell work, like something to like bring in some abundance or an opportunity, I will just hold the intention in my heart, but I won't do any during the dark moon, but I won't do an actual like spell or like manifestation for it until that first sliver of the new moon appears in the sky. So I hope that helps to decipher between the dark moon and the new moon, and some example practices for the dark moon. But if there's anything else you'd like to see, or if you have any questions about the dark moon, or would like me to do a video on anything that I mentioned in this video, but more in depth, please let me know. I am excited to have you guys along with my journey and share a little bit about my magical little life and help bring in like-minded individuals who are weird and quirky and different and just wanting to follow a different path that feels more in alignment with nature. So thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. All right, bye.